With just over 2 months to go of the season, the regular season, we face today an FA Cup fifth round tie, which could be a bit tricky against Championship opposition. And then we're getting to the business end of the season in the Premier League. Welcome to Be A Legend. Welcome to episode 80 of To Be A Legend. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have two games for you. First of all, the FA Cup fifth round tie against Ipswich Town, and that's going to be followed by a Premier League game against Tottenham. Tottenham? No, Derby. What am I on about? Tottenham. It's because we're playing Tottenham in the FM22 beta save, which is still going on until this one's finished, and then we can look at a new series here on FM22. So, but we're coming to the culmination of our season here on FM21 with Charlton, and we want to see it to the end, really. We could have just cut it off, but I did feel that we wanted to culminate it and see how we all ended up. So, how are we getting on then? Since you were last with us, you were here for the Luton Town, a 2-0 win in the FA Cup fourth round, and a 3-2 loss against Manchester United away from home at Old Trafford in the Premier League. Since then, we've kept clean sheets, actually. A 4-0 win against Arsenal, Robbie Matondo getting 2 goals, Josh Blakesley and Luke Mbete Tabu getting the goals there. West Brom, a 2-0 win against them, Sammy Beckett and Josh Blakesley, the scorers on that one, Josh Blakesley from the penalty spot. And then a comprehensive 3-0 win against Everton. Avilia, who hasn't scored for a while. I think that's the first time he's scored since he's come back from injury, to be fair. And Leighton Stewart and Iannis Haggy, after 74 minutes, rounding off the 3-0 scoreline. So we have scored in that little run there 9 goals without reply. So long may it continue. As you'll see, today's games: Ipswich Town in the FA Cup fifth round, and then a Premier League Premier League game against Derby County. And in our next episode, because that's coming up, we have drawn Benfica in the Europa League second knockout round. You will remember that we did play them in the group stages. A 2-1 loss away from home and a 5-0 win at home. So it's a tidy 6-2 on aggregate. Let's hope we end up something like that in this particular knockout round as we go. So maybe more episodes yet. Depends how we progress in the Europa League and, of course, indeed, in the FA Cup. We'll see how it all goes. How does that leave us in the table? Well, we are still fifth. 2 points behind Chelsea, 6 points behind Liverpool, but they do have a game in hand over us. And then come Manchester City on 59 and Manchester United also on 59 points. And I noticed they have already qualified for the Europa Conference League. So early days, but they have qualified. So that's the sort of aspirations we need to be getting near, as the 59, and then we are definitely in here. As it stands, I think that means... I'm sure that's maybe not. I was trying to do a quick rough calculation of where the cutoff was, but anyway, they are guaranteed that position as it stands, and we'll see how we get on as the episode goes. Right, without any more to do, let's get on with the episode and go through to the team that we are going to play again, or we have selected to play against Ipswich in this fifth round FA Cup tie. And this is the team that we are putting out against Ipswich in this Emirates FA Cup fifth round tie. Kovar in goal, Arnu, Tabu, Burns and La Sala are our backline. Avilia and Henry in central midfield, with Robson, Flores and Pike as our attacking midfield. Leighton Stewart is up front. Blakesley is injured, hence why he's missing. On the bench, we have Gomez, Beckett, Carroll, Gattesis, Goodjohnson, Thomas and Haggy. A quick look down here. Blakesley, as you'll see, he injured himself in the last game, but he will be back very shortly, as will be Freitas, who we seem to have missed a little bit. Not having a good season, though. Look at him. 6.56 in his last 5 games. Not on good form, and his average rating is okay, but yeah. So Blakesley has been on form in the last few games, which is a bit disappointing, but that's the side that we're going to put out and face Ipswich. And you join us. The teams are on the pitch and warming up, ready for this FA Cup 5th round tie. And we are underway. Salford playing West Ham, Wolves playing Arsenal. As you'll see, Henry with the corner. And it's a headed goal from Finley Burns. He's been out of the side, injuries and such like, but he's back. He's got on the score sheet. And with 9 minutes on the clock, defenders around him as well, but he managed to snap at that header and got it away. And a goal came from it. Good corner from Henry. And Finley Burns now picked up a yellow card, which isn't good news. Lasala with a throw-in on that far side to Zach Pike. Zach Pike crosses it in. Oh, Robson just wide of the upright. Get a curl on it. Had he got a curl on it, might have gone in. And Arnu not winning that, but Kovar will tidy up. Finley Burns is his outlet. Back to Kovar. To Taboo. Taboo comes forward with it now, looking for Robson. Robson inside to Avila. Avila to Arnu. Arnu to Henry. To Avila. Looking for Zach Pike, who's moved into attacking Robson again. That's just rumbled the top of the crossbar this time. Robson and Pike played in under 18s or under 23 game just recently. Scored 8 goals between them. 9-goal win. Oh, Elaine Stewart trying to get that one away, but they had 4 apiece. Hence why we've put them on the wings today. This is a well-worked move, and Leighton Stewart not really getting enough on that, I don't think, in order to put it away. As we head down towards half-time, Lasala with the throw-in. That's a long throw gone nowhere. Taboo cuts that one out to Avila. Avila forward over the top to Leighton Stewart, and Leighton Stewart pulls the save out of Chorley. And a corner. Henry with the corner. It's in. Burns! It's gone in. Finley Burns gets his 2nd of the game, his 7th of the season. And it's 2-0. Good goal from Finley Burns at the near post. And somebody got something on that, but it was enough power in it to catch them all out. And half time comes. 8 shots, 5 on target, 0.83 on the XG, 66% possession. Finley Burns 2, Ipswich Town 0 in the 5th round of the FA Cup. And Leighton Stewart gets the game underway, back to Avila, and no changes at half time that I'm aware of. Ipswich with a goal kick. Long ball. Arnu gets his head to it, but it's brought down to an Ipswich player, and Ipswich Bakuso. He's the danger man. Didn't see much of him in the first half. Don't want to see too much of him in the second half either. Colquette. And that's cleared by Lasala. But only as far as the Ipswich player. But that didn't come to anything. I think we're going to see the Bakusu shot now. Bit tame, really. But, you know, let him keep them tame. We're all happy with that. Taboo picking up a yellow card now. Just drop a bit of encouragement. Lasala with the throw-in. To Flores. Back to Lasala. Lasala looking for Leighton Stewart. He's got there. And that's our third. 26th goal of the season for Leighton Stewart. He's having a great season. Gone off the wire for a little bit. But he's come back into form recently. And to be fair, when he's not scoring goals, he is doing a lot of work. A lot of contributing. Question mark on whether he was offside here, I think. But he's onside as that ball's played. Lasala putting it into space, and nice play from Leighton Stewart. Henry to Flores. Tried to get that back to Pike. Didn't get there, but Burns tidies up in defence to Taboo. Henry. Avila. Flores. Back to Avila. Avila to Arnu. Arnu crosses it in, looking for Leighton Stewart, but Pike's there. He's got one. 6th goal of the season for Zach Pike, and an assist for Arnu. And I think it was the defender who missed it, been concentrating on Leighton Stewart. Leighton Stewart didn't go for it, let it run through for Zach Pike, and Zach Pike, thank you very much. 4-0, job done, I think. We've got a massive cave in if we're going to lose this now. Everybody is performing reasonably well. Flores and Robson probably the least of, but they're not playing badly. So, looking to make a change. I think as it is at the minute, we'll leave it alone. And Lasala is tired now, so maybe that's our first change. Sam Beckett coming on for him, as is our usual substitution in that position nowadays. Beckett, I think, will be the long-term replacement for him. And then we've got Zach Pike and Clive Robertson, both tired now, as is Aaron Henry. So I'm tempted to leave Zach Pike on. Let's take Robson off on that side. Bring Luke Thomas on for him. And then Aaron Henry, who's had a splendid game in the centre of midfield there. And I'll be Bobby Carroll on for him. They are our changes. I'm not sure we get any others in the FA Cup. We're worth a try. Vila now is also tired. Do we get any more changes or not? No. Is the simple answer, that one. Worth a try though. Free kick from Ipswich. 87 minutes on the clock. Launch that one forward, but Beckett is going to tidy up. Inside to Avila. Looking for Luke Thomas. Luke Thomas waiting for the run pass by Arnu. Arnu inside to Thomas. Thomas looking to get past his... And, that's come back off the post from Leighton Stewart. Looking for his second of the game. Our fifth, but didn't get it home. And, unlucky. Right, drop a bit of praise. We'll go to cautious now and see the game out, hopefully. And we do. 4-0 win against Ipswich. Another clean sheet. And it adds to our 9 goals we had without reply. It's now 13 without reply. And 3 clean sheets on the trot. Excellent. Aaron Henry, an 8 for him. Arnu. Finley Burns had an impressive game tonight. And finally, Kovar will say you've performed well. And there we go, 4-0 winners in this particular match. That means that we go through to a quarter-final draw, and we'll see how that comes about. As is usual, we'll send the assistant to the post-match. 404,000 for that. Classy Burns on form. We'll pat him on the head, or at least give him a handshake. And yeah, there we go. So the draw will come up. If it comes up before the next game, we will bob back for it. But what we'll do now is we'll focus on the Premier League for our next game, playing 16th place Derby County, who are down there on 29 points. 3 points would not go amiss at this stage of the season. And as promised, you come back for the draw for the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. And as you will see down here, the teams are still left in the competition. There is one championship side, which is Southampton. Otherwise, we have Manchester City, Manchester United, Newcastle, Nottingham Forest, West Ham and Wolves in the draw. Manchester United are first out. An all Manchester derby for the quarter-final of the FA Cup. One of them won't get through to the final. United versus City. We're next out. Charlton will play Newcastle. Nottingham Forest will play West Ham. And Southampton will be at home to Wolves. That is the quarter-final draw then. Manchester United versus Manchester City. Charlton versus Newcastle. Nottingham Forest versus West Ham, and Southampton versus Wolves. We'll be right back with the second game of our episode against Derby. And this is the team for the game against Derby. Kovar in goal, Arnu, Taboo, Burns and Lasala. No changes then in defence. Avila and Henry continue in midfield. Robson continues on the left of the attacking midfield. Haggy in the centre, Blakesley on the right, Leighton Stewart up front. On the bench, Gomez, Beckett, Freitas, Gatasis, Walker, Carroll and Pike. Freitas is sort of fit, but we'll get a little bit of game time probably later in the game just to get him back up to full fitness, but not really an ideal to put him on for the whole of this match. And we also have Zach Pike, who played very, very well in the last game, and hopefully we'll get some more game time, but Blakesley in ahead of him. So without any more to do, let's go through to the game itself. And the teams are out on the pitch warming up, and game is underway. One thing I didn't do in setting everything up was actually set up the these little things. As you know, can make a little bit of difference. I don't know whether they do or not, but I always like to set them up a little bit. Billy Gilroy will mark as well, and possibly Gerard Bowen. Right, that will do suffice for now. And not performed well against Derby in recent times, so let's hope today's a little bit different. They are giving us a game at the moment. No highlights as we head down to half an hour gone. And the first highlight comes on and Derby have the ball. I've headed it to Arnett. Haggy is in attendance. He's won the ball to Blakesley. Blakesley through to Leighton Stewart. Leighton Stewart in on goal, and he's put it away. I think the goalkeeper should have got to that. 27th goal of the season for Leighton Stewart, and the crowd go mad 37 minutes on the clock. Lovely ball from Blakesley into space. Leighton Stewart, one touch, creates the space. And I'm not sure if the goalkeeper got that and pushed it onto the post. But it went in all the same, and it counts. Kovar to Burns, who has picked up a yellow card again, I noticed. Taboo. Avila. Back to Kovar. Back to Burns. Avila. Burns. Avila. Henry. Looking for a way out here. Lasala being pressed. Avila. Avila squirts it forward to Leighton Stewart. Haggy. Avila. Robson into a bit of space. Crosses the ball. Well, in fact, not sure that it was a cross, but Burns gets there. Back to Robson, who gives it away again. Lasala picking that ball up. Avila. Avila through to Blakesley. Through to Leighton Stewart, who gets his 28th goal of the season. Second goal of the game. 40 minutes on the clock. Lovely movement. Once we sort of like won that ball, Lasala here to Avila. Avila to Blakesley. Blakesley, just simple one touch straight into the path of Leighton Stewart. And Blakesley and Leighton Stewart are really, really doing well. It'll be interesting to see at some point what assists Blakesley's got. He's got a few this season. Half time comes and we've taken the driving seat, as you'll see. Not much in it early doors. But then we've sort of upped the gear. 9 shots, 4 on target, 1.20 on the XG, 52% possession. Goals from Leighton Stewart after 37 and 40 minutes has put us in the driving seat. And Gilroy for Derby gets the game underway. No changes at half-time that I'm aware of. And a satisfying first half. Let's hope we can build on that satisfying first half as we head into looks like a free kick. Charles to take the free kick. I'm guessing Stewart possibly was offside. Robson cuts that out to Avila, looking for Leighton Stewart, who's on a hat-trick. And he's got it. Lovely curl ball. 29th goal of the season. And that is his hat-trick for this game. Back on form. Robson getting in there, cutting that one out. Avila just slots it into space. And Leighton Stewart, look at that curl on that ball. Leighton Stewart at his best. They have a throw-in as we hit 70 minutes. And they're getting away with this. Gilroy in space. Ooh, took a blast at it and didn't go in. Lasala with a free kick. Haggy back to Lasala. Henry finds Burns. Burns lobs it forward. Not quite sure he was looking for, but Finnegan is in again. Do we need to be doing some work on Finnegan, who's had a second chance? Gilroy, who's had a block shot, and Kovar saves that, and it's Arnu puts it into touch. And Arnett having the shots that Kovar saved. Right, Finnegan has come on. That's why we're not marking him. Right, need to sort him out. And having a look at change Robson, who isn't having that good a game on that left wing. And it's Freitas to come on for him. As we prophesied at the outset, Aaron Henry isn't having such a good game today, so we'll bring Bobby Carroll on for him. And that will be our two changes for the moment. We'll hold on to one just in case. Charles with a free kick to Castagne. Back to Charles. Charles lobs it forward, but Burns is there. Back to Kovar. Kovar to Taboo. Arnu. Back to Kovar. To Burns. Burns to Carroll. Back to Taboo. Taboo to Burns. Burns back to Kovar, who pumps it forward, but only as far as Castagna. And this ball's in, but Kovar is equal to it again. Finnegan getting free. De La Sala not he's stole a march on La Sala, but Kovar was equal to it. Strongly wants to keep his clean sheets intact as it stands, and Josh Blakesley is now tired, as is Haggy. All right, we're going to take Blakesley off for Zach Pike. La Sala gets his head to that. Blakesley is still on the pitch at the moment. He's won that ball, but didn't come away with it cleanly. Carroll gets his foot in twice, wins the ball, but again, not getting it away. And Derby having a little bit of the play here. Burns heads that down to Haggy. Haggy to Blakesley. Blakesley through to Leighton Stewart, is on 4. It's blocked this time, but he's come back to Leighton Stewart. He's got it back to Carroll, out wide to La Sala. And that's the end of that. As we see, here's Leighton Stewart and Charles this time managing to get the block in. Dropped the praise and gone to balanced. As we head down now to full time. Game over, and it is a 3-0 win, another clean sheet, and we've done the job. 3 goals from Leighton Stewart, 37-40 and 69 minutes. Good game that, and yeah, Leighton Stewart for sure. Very pleased with your performance individually. Leighton Stewart, pleased with how you did today. Haggy, pleased with how you did. Josh Blakesley, and very well done to the goalkeeper, because he did definitely keep us in it. And there we go. So let's have a proper look at the table in just a moment. Let's go out of this screen. And go to here, where we have a look at the full table. 4th place. We are now ahead of Chelsea. But they've got a game in hand, so we will drop back down to 5th. I think Chelsea are playing Notts Forest in the late kickoff. Perhaps we'll see how that pans out in a moment. So we're 4th on 53, 6 points behind Liverpool, who are on having played 28 games. In fact, we've got at least 1 game, if not 2 games in hand. They've got games in hand over us at the top there, but they're all on equal points, so they're all smashing about as it is at the minute. Let's see how that all pans out. Right, I'm going to whiz through, and we'll come back in just a second and see if we see how we finish up with everybody having played their games for today. And you come back. These are the final scores then from the late games. Wolves 1, Bournemouth 1, Manchester United 2, Everton 0, Chelsea 5, Nottingham Forest 0. So we're back down into 5th place, 2 points behind Chelsea. Goal difference is 6, but we are now some 5 points clear of Leeds in 6th. So and 10 points clear of Norwich, who are in 7th. So I think we're pretty good for that position. As in the Europa League positions. But obviously we want to still try and push if we can and see if we can get up into the Champions League. What a finish to our time at Charlton if we could push up into that into those positions. So Manchester United top on 62, then come Manchester City on 59, and then on goal difference behind them Liverpool, then Chelsea, then ourselves. I don't think we're having too bad a season as it is at the moment. So that's how it all pans out. Let's have a quick look and see what we'll be back for in our next episode. It's going to happen fairly quickly. We're going to play Benfica away and then home in our next episode, and then we will be coming back for the FA Cup quarter-final, and that will be followed by a Premier League game, I think possibly against Manchester City. We'll see how that all ends up. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button. Keeps you up to date with all future episodes of this and new series as they are released. New episodes of To Be A Legend currently released every Tuesday and Friday at 4:15 p.m. And if you want to keep up to date with what's happening on this channel and more, then you need to follow me on Twitter at JustOffside2. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It'll be episode 81. It's out on Tuesday.